Again, good afternoon, Mr. Mafique. It's great to have you here with us, and have this hopefully very informative webinar session. So my name is, just to introduce myself and to our attendees and to you, my name is Abdurrashid Atahanov. I'm the head of International Cooperation Department here at RGSBM, and I will be moderating today's session with you. So just few words to pass on to our attendees, today we are going to have a session on alleviating poverty in Asian and African countries, with a case to different microfinance programs, and our speaker today, Mr. Muhammad Mafique Nurul Islam Chowdhury, sorry if I misspelled it, is very active in this sphere, and he has a huge portfolio and a lot of years of experience. And he currently serves as the CEO of ASA Microfinance Uganda, which is a part of one of the world's top leading microfinance companies, ASA International, which operates almost 1,900 branches across 4 regions and 88 countries, and in 13 countries, of which 88 branches are under direct control of our speaker today in Africa, in Uganda. So we are very excited to have you today, Mr. Mafique, and thank you so much for taking time and sharing your experience and insights with us. So if I now pass this stage to you, if you could share a few more information about yourself to all of us here, and then we can continue with the content of the webinar. So please.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can I start my video also, so that people can see also me? Your host should, access that.
Yeah, we can have your full session without interruption, and after we finish, you finish your presentation, then we will have a Q&A session. But
okay.
People can ask questions directly. We will pass on the mic to them. But if there are any questions you would like to ask in Russian or Uzbek, please feel free to type them in through this chat box, and I will translate and pass this on to our speaker.
Okay. Would you please allow me to see in video, because you have to allow me to see the video.
Okay. 1 second, please. You should be able to.
I cannot, but they said you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Oh, that's strange. Let me check a few settings here.
So anyway, I can continue. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is Nurul Islam Chowdhury Mafique. I am the CEO of ASA Microfinance Uganda. I have been working 26 years in microfinance sector. I have worked in several countries across the Asia and Africa. Now currently I'm working here in Uganda since 2014. Can you hear me? Just I want to check it. Please unmute, please. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, but we can wait for other members to confirm this as well. Уважаемые участники, пожалуйста, если сможете, подтвердите, что вы хорошо слышите нас.
Yes, they can hear.
Okay, so thank you so much. It is my introduction, and I have been working here in Uganda since 2014 as a CEO. I work as a CEO in Afghanistan. I was working in Ghana, Pakistan, Philippines, and Cambodia also. In Ghana, I was a COO, Chief Operating Officer, and in Afghanistan, I was a CEO. It was 2009 and 2010 for 1.5 years. And I also work in Pakistan. I was very close to you people, I think, as I work in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Anyway, I have a very good experience also from there. And now here, I think that we are working here in Uganda very well. As host mentioned that we have 88 branches. Actually, we have changed our number of branches in the meantime. Now we have 97 branches. Because last April we have reached to 97 branches. But due to pandemic, we cannot reach 100. We're supposed to reach 100 branch in Uganda within May. But due to the pandemic, we could not reach that position. Anyway, but we have a plan to reach 100 branch within 2020 in Uganda. Anyway, just I want to brief you about Uganda operations. Actually, since inception, in 2013, we have started our operation in Uganda. And that year, we opened only 4 branches in Uganda. Then 2015, we opened, our total number of branches was 12. 14, then 15, we reached to 29, we increased to 200% or sometimes 250% if you consider the number of branch previous year. So in 2016, we reached to 44 branches. What I mean, sometimes we increase 100% or more than 100% of branch. Okay. And now at the moment we have a total number of branch, 97 branches, and with a portfolio of $10.2 million US, where we have more than 100,000 borrowers. I'm providing the information up to 31st December 2019. So, and last 7 years, we have been maintaining our portfolio very well here. Actually, our rate of recovery, you can say it was 100%. Our PAR, portfolio at risk, was only 0.09% in December, which means 100% rate of recovery. Actually, we, after inception from 2013, we were in break-even in 2016 within 3 years. So now we are our organization in profit. Last year we made a profit of $1.5 million, and it was the highest number of profit last year. And before last year, that means 2018, our profit was only $600,000. So that was the is Uganda, about Uganda. And how we deal here, our operation, just I would like to brief you. I do not have any presentation, written presentation for you. Actually, I did not do it intentionally. I don't want to share any, document, officially without, concern of my authority. That's why I did not share. That's why I'm, providing my briefing. Then source of fund, how we manage our fund. Actually, we manage our fund. Our major fund is from our client who provide the savings. We do not have any savings option here in Uganda, but we collect a security money when we disburse the loan, which is now more than 26% of loan amount. At the moment, we have our $10.1 million outstanding, whereas we have $3 million equivalent money as a security from our client. It is our main source of fund. The second source of fund is we receive an equity amount from our owner or from our group. That is the second source of fund. Then third source of fund is our lender who provide us loan. We have many lenders at the moment here in Uganda. We have 4 lenders. You may know some of the lenders also, name of the lenders. One is here local lender, it calls Stomi or Soluti Microfinance. They provided some money to us. And there is some other lenders from abroad, international lenders who are from abroad. Some are from Europe and some are from America. So we have lenders from America, which is called Global Partnership. They have provided $1.7 million, which will be complete in this year, in September. And we have some more lenders from Europe. One is Symbiotics. The second is Altafin. Then third is Fafisal. So at the moment we have some loans. Actually, whatever equity we have, our total asset is now, it is more or less 12 billion. But we invested only 12 million US dollar, our total asset here in Uganda. But we invested our equity only 2 million, and other whole money we received from clients and from the lenders. And we pay high interest rate to our lender. Really, if you hear that the rate of interest they charge on us, which is 16% to 20%. Still, we are making profit after providing, after paying their interest. So that was our funding source of fund. And if I go, for how we help to our clients and how the microfinance impact to the community. The most of the client we handle with, they cannot reach to bank due to their collateral, due to their documents. So what we do there, who have no access to reach to bank, we support especially to those people and who need a small amount of money to start their business or for working capital to boost their business. And it has a big impact in the society for especially small business holders. So in Africa, if I say that in Africa, that in Africa region, all the women, they work for business, for their family. And it is not like in Asia and some country like, your country, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and some of other countries where women is not allowed to go to marketplace. But in Africa, every woman, they work. And the family bonding is very, very few there. So they need to support their family and the member of other relatives and like mother, father, and the children. So it has been helping to the family very well for their family, because some of the women they marry, after that they cannot continue for a long time with their husband because of the less family bonding here in African countries. So microfinance is very much helpful for them, where they can get some money and they can do their business, they can boost their business, and they can continue their business. And actually we are doing very well here. That's why they are considering that we are supporting to them, and they also support to us for our business, to boost our business also, and which is very good, and we are doing very, very well here. There is some problem also in microfinance. You know, as loan, it has a lot of risk also. Some of the investors even ask us, is our loan secured or not? When we answer that our loan is unsecured, people are afraid to invest to us. But now we prove in the world that we have been doing our business without collateral very well. So we have a lot of funders now who wants to fund us. Due to, you know, a good result of last, you know, 12 years in the world, we are working. Since 2007, we have started our ASA International operation. We have never faced this kinds of problem, any kinds of problem for our, making profit. Initially, it was very hard to make them understand, especially for some European people, that how microfinance can make money. When they were, engaging with ASA Bangladesh, they were asking how it is possible that some microfinance can make money from around the world. After sending the expert people and providing high salary to them, but we prove it that we can make money even if you spend more money, but if you have the good monitoring system and if you have the good recovery system. And we proved it around the world. When people hear about the name of Nigeria, they're afraid. Oh my God, how they work there? Because there is Boko Haram, there is some terrorist people. But still, our rate of recovery is 99 point something there in Nigeria, because it is working and it is profit-making organization now in Nigeria. Anyway, as I work in Afghanistan, because you know very well about the Afghanistan, so how tough is there to survive the life. Anyway, that was the Then we have some challenges also here. In Uganda, what is our challenges? When we came from abroad, from Bangladesh, here to establish an organization here, because African people, they like to make money, quick and big money. Always, they look the easiest way, how they can make a big money, and they can leave the, house, or they can leave the country even, but they need big amount of money or quick money. The easy way to make money. So we have faced some problem from our staffs, but our clients are very well. We can say that the clients, if we consider from any other country, with Asian countries, so we found here very good client here in, Africa, especially in East African countries. There is some other problem also. We face some problem here, that the tax is very high in Africa. You may know that 40%, 45% tax we pay here, 35 to 45% tax we pay here. In our salary tax is between 35 to 40%. Then the corporate withholding tax is 30% to 40%. It's a business. So which is very, critical here to do work. And some of the other issues is there. The client, as they do not have the family bonding, so if you feel any problem with any client, nobody will help you. They will not tell you, two things, and no relative will help you to solve the problem. So if you have a problem, you have to find the client, and the migration rate is very high here. But still we are managing through our group loan, because there is group liabilities. So our loan is group liabilities loan, that's why we are managing that. So there is two kinds of liability. One is this, that we take two guarantor, one guarantor from Two guarantors mean two kinds of guarantor. One we take from group, another we take from their family. So when group guarantor fail to provide their installment, then once family guarantor fail to pay their obligations, then we look for the group guarantor. So actually group guarantor is the social guarantor, not the financial guarantor. The family guarantor is the financial guarantor. Actually we ask the money or to pay the obligation to the family members who sign in the form. But if we fail, then we go to group guarantor to support us, not pay the money, to find the client if they migrate. So it is our mechanism we are doing, and which is work very well. You know, last year we transferred only for write-off to 29 clients out of 100, borrowers, which is very small amount, because in Uganda now we are the as per the regulator, they were telling that we are the best organization in Uganda now within 7 years. One more thing, the people here, everywhere you will find some people, they do not speak true. But here, the lying a bit high compared to other. But we are finding the way how to, manage them, but we are managing our operation here very well. So that was the challenges. And one more challenge is there, especially for immigration. Immigration people, we do not get easy work permit here in Uganda. So we need to find a way how we can manage. So we are paying, some money, additional money to get the work permit. So it is also a challenge here for operation. So why I shared that, once we start an international organization, if we cannot take some international people here, then it will be very hard to work. And if we have this kinds of problem, then it may hamper some other work also due to disturbance from the immigration. So which is, so if I talk about other countries, other obstacle from other countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, then Philippines, Cambodia, we feel comfort here in Uganda. Uganda is the best one if we consider in other operating problem. Like in Afghanistan, you cannot move to everywhere without security. You cannot go anywhere anytime. So the movement is the one very important issue for microfinance. If you cannot move everywhere without fear, then you cannot do the business very well. But here, law and order is very good. That's why we feel comfort here, and we can go anywhere. There is some issue about law and order, but which is not like Afghanistan and Pakistan. So if we consider that, it is a good country, good environment for microfinance institutions. No, if some other country has good good facilities also for institution, like in Afghanistan and Pakistan, we used to receive a loan from bank or from any other financial institution. But here in Uganda, there is no any bank who allow who provide us any loan for microfinance, because they always look in security loan. That means the collateral loan. As we do not have any collateral, means whatever asset we have, it is non-secured loan. So we cannot register that loan to any organization and bank to receive some loan. Like in Pakistan, the bank used to pay some loan for our organization, but we cannot manage here. So that's why it is a bit expensive when we receive foreign loan from any other countries or from any other financial institutions. So one thing was that one. And another thing, I think here, you know that the African people, they earn money, but they spend whole money. They do not keep any, they cannot save any money. So if you make a mode of payment for 1 month, you will not able to collect any money because they do not keep any money to bank or they do not save any money for their future. What they do, whatever money they earn, at the end of the day, so they eat it. Either they take some wine or some food and others. So they spend their money. So what we did in some of the countries in Asia, like in Pakistan and Afghanistan, we put the mode of payment for monthly. Monthly means 28 days, after every 28 days. But here, all of our loan is weekly payment. So if we provide them for month, we may go to their home, but we will not able to collect any money because in the meantime, they will finish all money. And it can be, spent by them. That's why we do not provide them. So this way, actually, you see that when you go for weekly collection, then you need to go every week to their home. Whereas where we have the monthly collection, we can go once a month. So the cost is a bit high here if you go weekly because you have to collect from their home. You have to go to their home. Without going home, you will not able to collect here. And we do not have any, way to receive money through bank or mobile money here. Yes, there is some of the country like Kenya, Tanzania, they are receiving money through mobile money. They also disburse the loan through mobile money, which is very, good initiative. But in Uganda, why you cannot take it? There is the system to transfer the loan through their mobile money, to receive even mobile money. But the problem is costly here because the government has imposed 0.5%, stamp duty for mobile money transaction. So which, is expensive for clients. When they receive loan of 1 million, then they have to pay, 50,000 for make it cash. Again, when they want to pay money, then they have to pay some money for commission and the stamp duty. So which is expensive, but we are still thinking about it due to the pandemic because during the pandemic, we have been suffering a lot now, really. We never thought that we will get this kinds of problem, in our microfinance. As we have 100,000, we cannot move to the door to door. And still it is lockdown here in Uganda. Now, still it is lockdown in some areas, but we are trying to collect some money. So I would, discuss about it later. What is our condition now at the moment in Uganda? Just I want to finish first, the comparison of Asia and Africa. And one more thing, in Asia, in some country, we have the bad weather, we can say that, like very much cold or very much hot. But in Africa, we are very much comfort here because the weather, it is moderate weather. The weather is Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Zambia, it's moderate weather. You will not find it more than 27 degree or less than 15, which is, air condition always. Like I'm here, I use my coat without AC or without fan. So it is not only now, it is whole over the year. So always we enjoy our weather here very well. So it also sometimes help us because in cold country, there is some barriers also to move one place to another place, because you cannot move by motorcycle or bicycle in cold country, like I was in Kabul, and sometime I saw that the weather was -10 or 15. So the people always were sitting in the room, they cannot move here and there. But here, 12 months, I mean 365 days you can move. Either you wear your cloth or not, you can move anywhere. Either you like to go by bicycle or motorcycle or the car, whatever you like you can use here. So it is a good thing that we have that. Yes, there is some country like Cambodia, Philippines, their weather also good. It's hot always, but it is good. You can move anywhere in hot weather. And somewhat is bad also. I was in Pakistan. I remember that once I was in the field where it was 52 degree hot. So I was going through motorcycle. How hard was that? I remember always now when I live here in Uganda. So anyway, that was the problem. And one thing that what I said, that the monthly installment is very much helpful for some of the client. Why? Because they can use the money for a long time, and they can earn some money and they can pay. Like in Cambodia, yeah, I was a consultant of an organization, and I found there it's a very good idea I had there. Actually, initially we thought that without group, the microfinance cannot work. But I found in Cambodia, without group even, microfinance can work. And if you consider about the density, and density also it's equivalent, yeah, more or less like Afghanistan or Uzbekistan or some other country. So if we compare even the per capita income, then I found that Uzbekistan and the Cambodia is very similar country, in terms of density and per capita income. And whereas I found another country like Tanzania. Tanzania is also like more or less, if you compare with the per capita and density, then it's similar. And Tanzania, we are doing very well. After even pandemic, they are 100% now, because they do not have any problem. As a Muslim country, they even do not believe that there is COVID-19, because they were testing up to mid-April. After that, they stopped their testing the COVID, and they have opened everything. All the institutions are open now. You can see from the whole report, you will not find any progress from Afghanistan. Either it is going down or going bad, or but our operation is very good here in Afghanistan. And sorry, Tanzania. Tanzania is doing very well. They have more than 100 branch in Tanzania. And it was a general briefing about the operations. I think it's better I can get some question from you so that I can answer one by one, because what I think you may not think it. So you may have some other issues to discuss with me. If you have, then I will feel comfortable to answer all of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mafique. It was very interesting and informative. So before, I understand you still have the remaining parts of your speech. So if we just direct this to our attendees, and please, if you have any questions so far on all the topics covered, please direct them to Mr. Mafique directly, or if it's in Russian or Uzbek, please, you can type it in here. yeah, we have one person who has got a question. So let's.
I do not see the question.
One second. Yes, you can ask your question directly. Hello, can you hear us? I've already enabled.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, please.
Okay, I'm just jumping on the discussion, Mr. Mafique's discussion. Basically, what he meant to say is the population density. So since microfinance organization goes door to door, it's other way of traditional banking, whereas people go to bank, right? And microfinance institution like ISA goes to the door to door of the poor people. It's other way around, the operation system. So what we look at the population density, where we can find our potential number of borrowers in one place. You know what I mean? So that where the density is higher, they are more likely to get our potential customers in one place. Since we need to travel to them every day or once a week, so we look at that scenario where the population density is higher, we tend to go there. We tend to set up a group and do our operation in the field. You know what I mean? That's what he meant to say, the population density. So we always look at. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if the population density is very low, we cannot operate. We still can operate, and there is evidence. Do you get it?
In this regard, I just want to add something.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Taifu, can I add it? Yeah. You see that the population density in Cambodia, it is square kilometer is 95 only.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Uzbekistan, it is 79. It is more or less similar. And I saw that in Cambodia, how they work. Actually, initially I thought that without group loan, microfinance cannot survive. What I found there, without group, even the microfinance can survive. How they do that? If you have a bit bigger loan, then it can survive. And what they do, a loan officer, every morning he goes to field with a with a motorcycle, and if he has 20 to 30 clients, he can invest the total amount of $100,000 to $200,000. One loan officer can invest $100,000 to $200,000 through 400 to 600 borrowers. How? Because the loan officer always go with the motorcycle, either it is women or men, because in Cambodia everyone can use, women or men can use the motorcycle. So when they go, the morning, how they make the schedule, like they move from the office at 8 o'clock and they come back at 2 o'clock. So when they go, they make the schedule that I will collect today 30 clients. They make the schedule 8:31, 8:41, 8:50, another one, 9 o'clock one, 9:10 one, 9:20 another one. By this way, every day they can collect 30 to 40, where they can invest $100,000 to $200,000 equivalent money, even without group, which is very, impressive. I found it there. What I did not know, I learned from that area. I think in Afghanistan and Pakistan, we had the monthly loan. Our loan was not bad. Actually, I have an experience how to bankrupt the organization, because I was in Afghanistan as a CEO, and I know how the organization can bankrupt. So this experience, if you like, I can share you later. But I think it is, you are true that sometimes we consider that if the density is less, then it may not work. The microfinance may not work in some countries, but everywhere it can work. Thank you so much.
That's interesting. Do we have any more questions so far?
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, we still have some other attendees, so let me just. Mr. Mafique, you mentioned in the middle of your speech about how other European countries look at it with some interest and also with some kind of doubts, maybe like how microfinance program can really generate revenue by through making small amount of loans and things. But I understand this might be something like not very like open information, but maybe in the form of examples. Would you be able to share some of the information in regards to how does this model actually work with microfinance programs, no matter like what regions are being targeted, but I guess we are talking about range of loans like from $50 to like $200, $300, right? I mean, mostly. So this is very kind of small amounts, especially compared to like even if we in Uzbekistan, like if we look at some areas which are like very much underbanked and have very difficult access to some other benefits the cities have or urban areas have, but at the end of the day, the cost of operating the business don't really change based on those target audiences, right? Unless it is all executed and operated in their districts and regions. So in this regard, some people may say, well, this $100, $200 still not enough to do something maybe to feed the family. So take into account these small amounts and also with the number of operations involved and so many branches and people involved, how does this business model actually feasible in terms of generating income for the company? Please, thank you.
Well, actually, our model, we have a unique model for ASA and all the entities, but the amount and the system vary each country to another country. In some countries, I am the lowest portfolio country in the world now in ASA, because I am the second lowest. After me, there is one country only, Sierra Leone, where is the per capita income is only $500. So Sierra Leone is a very poor country, So after Sierra Leone, I am the second one, if you go up. So if you can see that some of the countries like Pakistan, like Uganda, Ghana, their portfolio is not like me, Their portfolio, average portfolio is $400, $500. So average $400 mean it is not 400, it is actually $800, because we consider portfolio, because always our fund is the revolving fund. Once go and another is coming. One is going, another is coming. So our revolving fund and always the portfolio come 50%, whatever loan we disperse. I don't know. I could make it clear or not. Actually, when we disburse the loan, when we collect the loan, every time we revolve the loan, so the loan is rounding. Always one is going, another is coming. So if you consider all the loan together, then you would find that although our portfolio is 400 per head, but our total loan disbursement is $800. Like now, my average loan is $93, only $93. But my loan disbursement, ongoing loan is $180, which is double than the portfolio. So another thing that some of the country, the portfolio is around $200, $300, which is double than the portfolio. You can consider. And one interesting thing is that for microfinance, you will not invest your money. You will invest only very few amount. Like we invested only $2 million, whereas we have now, asset of $12 million. How it comes? Because the savings or the security. We do not take any savings, but some of the microfinance, they can take the savings up to 60%. Now you imagine it. If you use your money, then you should count interest. Or if you borrow loan from any other organization, then you should count. But once you receive the savings from the client, which is, cheapest fund you can receive, whatever interest you charge, either it is small or high, you can find a way how to survive your organization. So the money you will invest in the field, majority fund you will able to manage from the client, because they will pay some money. Now, if I give an example, how we collect money, how we manage the $3 million here. When we disburse the loan, we take 10% of their loan amount. It is a security. When they pay whole money, then they will back it. It is the initial loan. But what about the second loan? Second loan, when they receive the second loan, we take 15%. That means we increase 5% of security. It is very, very simple model. So, but now I said that it is our savings balance is more than 25%. How I say that? Because you know that I received 10% and 15%. How it reached to 25%? How? Because the loan I provided like 300,000, but now they have only 150,000 balance, and remaining 50% in the meantime they have paid. So when we consider with the savings, you may find always 25% covered by the security money. So if it is allowed, the savings in any country, like in Pakistan, in Ghana, Nigeria, then Philippines, even Kenya, they can collect up to 56%. Ghana has the fund of client 56% against the loan. Whatever loan they have, if they have the 100 million loan, 56 million they receive only from the client. What I mean, I think you understood. So that 56%, when you receive 56% from the same client, you see that now you need only 44% to manage. So 22% you can manage from your equity, and 22% you can borrow from any other bank or any other source. It's very easy. And there is some institution in Uganda who have 100% or more than 100% security against the loan. So that they do not have any money, which they call SACU. SACU means SACCO. SACU. You can check SACU. SACU means credit and SACU, a cooperative, a credit and loan cooperative, organization. So they have these kinds of SACU, where they can manage, more than 100%. That means they receive some money from the client, and that this money they invest to the other client, and they make money. They are the middlemen only. Who does that? And the sum of the SACU is bigger than my organization here in Uganda. But they do not have any investment. They do not have any, anything from them. But if there is a chance to receive a savings or something, then which is very easy to make the organization. Even no need to think about the interest rate, which rate will be comfortable for an organization or not. So what we say that we were worried about, ASA Microfinance initially when we were going for abroad, because our salary, that for expert staffs, our salary is very high. How will survive with the payment? It was thinking, but at the end of the year, we found that it is very good business. Now last year we made $39 million. All 13 countries. Our return was $39 million. So which is not a small amount if you consider. And the investment, if you see that investment and the return is more or less same. Like my investment is 7.5 million. The equity investment is not seven, I tell you about, dollar, which is $2 million, and my earning was $1.5 million. So which is, more or less 80% on equity. What I mean, you understand?
Yeah, that's very impressive.
Like you see that more than 80%, where you will get this kind of, no, it is actually, if you consider the profit, then it is 80% or something like that. But your investment is not only this one, you have other investment also. The savings you receive, you invest it. The loan you receive, you invest it. By all the managing all the areas, then finally you will find that your return is very high.
Right.
That is the interesting thing.
Yeah, that's very eye-opening. Thank you so much for a very detailed sharing on this. So I guess we can now move on with the remaining part of your speech then, and leave any questions for the end of the session.
I have some issues only. So what I can say that if you like to consider with other microfinance or other entity, just you can consider to Tanzania, Cambodia, and Philippines, and even Pakistan. So you will find that how to make the product. And if you like any support from me to making a product or something like that, then I can provide you. And in Philippines, I just like to share with you that one organization is there, which call also ASA. It is ASA Philippines Foundation. You can check in your website, ASA Philippines Foundation. They have a worth of 420 million at the moment, which was formed 27 years ago from a Bangladeshi people who was working with us. He was a colleague of mine also. Mr. Toyfur knows him very well. You can see that they have now the portfolio of 420 million, which is foundation. But out of 420 million, they have the savings from the client more than 220 million. So that means, so it's just an example. If you see that how it runs, a foundation, but we need the some honest people who can run the business properly, who has the some idea and the thinking to serve for the people. He's a religious man. Really, he's a religious man. He always perform Hajj and others, and very well, and he managed the organization very well. So once, if you like to see event, you can go there. I can make a link to him, then you can see that. And you may find some, Islamic microfinance product also there, where they do the Islamic microfinance product. There is a, area in Philippines which called Mindanao, where most of the people are Muslim. So the Muslim people, they have introduced another kinds of microfinance, where they follow the Islamic microfinance system. That means they do not take the from interest, they take only profit.
Just to share on the spot, yeah, that would be great to receive that extra links or some links to the resources you mentioned. And one reason for that is that here at RGSBM we have a lot of different partners, and one of our big partners do also come from Malaysia and some other Southeast Asian countries, and with whom we develop, and at this point of time also we are developing Islamic banking related, Islamic finance related short and long-term study programs, and also some field trips with one partner. We are also looking at developing Sharia tech programs as well, because we also have with our European partners, we have fintech programs and insurtech programs. So So all the things that you share, I mean, even this subject of this is of great value, and something that we would be able to kind of follow up with, and maybe hopefully to kind of come up with some even better ideas to cooperate on in this regard.
Okay, once you take this preparation, then I can introduce to him. Just I can write an email so that you can communicate with him also. And Taifu also can support. Taifu has a communication with him, so Taifu can also support you to communicate with him.
So. Okay.
So I feel comfort if you ask me any question instead of to make it long discussion from my side.
Yeah. So let me then redirect this question again. Dear attendees, we seem to have come into the conclusional part of our session today. So if you have any questions, something maybe related to our own markets, our countries, or how we can relate this Asian and African experience through microfinance programs, please, it would be great to, please don't hesitate. Any questions would be much appreciated.
No, there is a question. There is a question I see that somebody asking from Lenovo. I don't know the name. Who is that?
Oh, yeah.
What is the difference between microfinance and microcredit, and what is the main purpose of microfinance? The microcredit, if I answer it, the microcredit and microfinance is same. It's only the word change, I think myself. And what is the main purpose of microfinance? What I mentioned initially in my speech, that you see that we are supporting the people who cannot access to go to bank. That is the microfinance can, where the microfinance can work. Actually, the purpose of microfinance is that who does not have any collateral or any asset to do mortgage. We provide the loan for those people. Around the world, there is a high number of percentage people who does not have any or anything to put for collateral. So only especially the microfinance can support to them. Without collateral, we can provide the loan. I think the main purpose of microfinance is that who does not have collateral, the microfinance can support to them.
Hi, sorry, I'm just jumping on the discussion again. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for further clarification, microfinance and microcredit. Initially, it used to be known as, popular as a microcredit. Then it renamed as microfinance or microfinance institution, because later they realized that, okay, those institutions not only dealing with credit, they're also dealing with savings, as Mr. Mafique mentioned. Dealing with savings, dealing with some other savings product, long-term savings product. So they're renamed as, better known as microfinance institution. And the term is better, is more popular than the term microcredit. Is that clear?
Yeah, it's very clear.
Thank you.
Thank you. May I also ask, regards to different scenarios that you're experiencing as due to the target audience you and your company is dealing with on a daily basis. Obviously, you mentioned about the success rate is high, but still some of the initial investments may not go as it was planned. So, and they may end up having difficulties in repayment to a point that they are not able to let's say, to even reimburse all the whole amount if a business project or any entrepreneurial projects doesn't go as expected. So how do you deal with this kind of undesired scenarios, and what are the risk factors, let's say, the end beneficiary would face in this particular situation?
There is, that once the same question came to our boss, the president of ASA Group. The European people was asking that the operation you do, that how is the risk? The president was answered that there is no any risk. Again, he was asked, so what is the risk of microcredit? He was answering, it is 100% risk. The second question was 100% risk. If you cannot manage the operation, then it is 100% risk. But if you can manage, there is a risk, but you can overcome the risk. That is the answer. So now, in last 40 years in our country, like in Bangladesh, a lot of microfinance, they have started together. But some of them already died. Some of them, reached to at the highest level. So they were trying together to work. The facilities and the support, they got, same. But due to their, mechanism, due to their honesty, they failed, some of them. And due to their mechanism and their honesty, they also success. There is a lot of, the organization who success. Because there is risk, everywhere there is risk. Now, if I discuss about the risk during the pandemic, that COVID-19 pandemic, it is very risk. Now my organization, like in Uganda, what I discuss about our success, we have failure also here. Like now, in Uganda, government is very restricted here. What they did, initially they locked down from 13th March. They're still in that some areas we are in lockdown. So we cannot start our operation like last 4 months. So you see that if you cannot, work and the lockdown is there, then how will you work? So that means it is risk. Now your money is at risk 100%. Whereas the other country, they are doing very well. Like Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, Kenya, they have recovery rate of 99% now at the moment. But initially they are afraid that there is a risk. But there is a risk, but it is not, if you can manage that, and the money is not your money. Why you think the risk? The client has, 70% contribution of fund. So only 30%. 30%, if you cannot take the 30% risk, how will do the business? The other people, other business, people take 100% risk from themselves. Am I right? So people take 100% risk, but the client has 70% contribution here, what they have. So if 70% is there, and then why you think about the risk? And the client is your main asset, I think. Who will have lockdown? We were considering we will not able to collect even single amount, but our rate of recovery is more than 50%. Where we can reach, we can collect the money. They pay money because they know that the poor people do not, cheat with the organization. The rich people cheat with the organization. If you provide big loan, then you may face the problem because they will have a lot of excuse. But the poor people do not have any excuse. They know that they have to go to you again. You may have the, some poor people around your area who are coming to you for your support always, but they will not cheat with you. But the rich people, if you support to rich people, you may cheat it. You may cheat. You may get the, cheating from them. So what we think, our client, whatever we have, they are good because we are providing them loan is small money, but which they cannot get from any other organization. That's why they always remember to pay that, and they need again money. That is the issue. That's why the risk is very minimal, and there is risk. you have to manage this risk. So we put that 1%, the risk amount, provision for 1%. So after provisioning 1%, actually we transfer only 0.01%, not even, and a 1 of 10. So, which is very good, I think. But provision is there, 1%. You can keep, the provision for a write-off for others.
I think that's a great point that at the end that you mentioned. This in this particular type of business, this human factor plays a big role, because considering the segment you are dealing with, your client base, and the kind of the opportunities are available and what they are getting of it, I think that the level of appreciation is much higher among them compared to, like, someone getting like $200 to do something compared to like someone getting $200,000 from a bank. So I think in this regard, level of appreciation and kind of commitment to this, I think it's something that no financial models would be able to fit in. And so you really, as you said, people is your greatest asset, and so you deal with people on human kind of based values. So I think if you do it right, ethically, everything is, and both taking into account the religion and everything. So I think that there is still a huge room for its further growth. And but to complement on this part in terms of like managing this risks and reducing risk, what is the role of the government supporting for your business? You mentioned that the numbers are pretty impressive on the ASA websites, and also, as you mentioned, and as you say, Uganda and Tanzania are one of the top strategic locations that being very good with the good success factors. So, so when you have this a number of years of continuous ROI success, and the business is growing, so how does the government actually, do they try to come up with some kind of maybe tax reliefs or some kind of coming towards these kind of businesses and support? And because what you mentioned, this pricing, this taxes like 40% going to 50%, even when you have these real cases that this business really works and it does have direct contribution to the society, to the alleviation of the poverty, and so doesn't it really government kind of stay on the side and watch out? They must have something. So if you have any examples that any country's government came up with some kind of program on that.
Well, actually, there is some, what I mentioned, that there is some SACCOs, Savings and Credit, cooperative organization. So there's a lot of competition in the market now. And some of the MPs, the high officials, they open SACCO, they get the support from the government. So when the government allots something, we cannot receive that as a foreign company. So whatever the support comes, they receive also. So, and the running, for behind them for the support, it also, it wastes the time. So it's better we waste our time to do some other business. So what I do that, like if I give an example here, during pandemic, they have an allotment of, $50 million for microfinance. But I was considering that I may get some fund from them. But finally, I saw that a lot of the, the MPs, every MP has, SACCOs, because it is no need any money. Only they need to open a SACCOs. The client deposit and the money they use for loan. So it's very easy to make, and they do not invest that much money. So the government is supporting to those SACCOs. Yes, they have the financial support for other organizations also, but it's very few. And so instead of running behind them for the fund, where we can where we can spend our time and we can make some more big money. So, but still there is there. But as you are there local, you may get same chance to receive from the government. I think if you have this kinds of opportunity, Like what I do not get here, you may get from your country. But if you are in Uganda, and if I was an Ugandan, then I could get some money. As it is international organization, they consider they have a lot of money and that the fund is from Europe, so they do not need any fund from others. So yeah, they do not allow for us. Then the relief, tax relief, due to pandemic, because you know that all the African country, they have some crisis. Instead of relieve the tax, they are charging more now. They impose some more to provide to support their government so that they can survive.
That's right. That's right. Well,
but some other country, I know that like Pakistan government supported to our organization. They have provided our total operation 3 months operating cost for 1 year. Like whatever the expenses comes for 3 months, they inform to the authority that you should not stop the salary in others. You should disburse the salary in others, as per their salary structure. So we are the one who will support. Some government is supporting to an organization. Very well. And Pakistan is the one who receives some fund from the government. And India also. India, I heard that the government is supporting to the organization so that this organization can, continue for their future.
That's great. That's very interesting to get all the perspectives of these different countries that you covered today. So do we have, dear attendees, do we have any other questions? We forgot to ask you about your timing, any restrictions you might have, Mr. Mafique. So if you, dear attendees, you can still write in your questions. But if there are no more questions, then probably we will have to conclude our today's webinar. It was, I guess, it was still very informative and kind of new subjects in terms of our portfolio of webinars we've been running lately, our top topics webinar series. So I think we are not getting the questions, but I think the subject was pretty clear for everyone, and perhaps our attendees are also thinking we still have members from the our Ministry of Economics, and this topic is very kind of trending actually in the region. And I'm sure that this webinar session will have its own implications in terms of some of the people will start thinking about this particular type of activity and how this could be perhaps kind of maybe like replicated or like redesigned, maybe taking into account the locality and the cultural values here in this region. But the countries that you mentioned, there are a lot of similarities in terms of cultural values and interest preferences and of lifestyles to some extent. It was great. Thank you again so much, Mr. Mafique, for your time, for taking time from your busy schedule and sharing all these experiences and insights with us. It was very valuable. We very much appreciate it. I just shared my work email with you. So if you have any extra information that you can share with our school and also with our today's webinar attendees, please, you can fire them to my mailbox. And we hope to stay in touch with you. And I hope this is not the first and last our interaction. Hopefully, we will be able to move on to even more advanced and more debateful kind of active sessions in the weeks and months to come. So thank you so much for all attendees as well for taking time and joining our session today. So follow our pages, social pages on our latest new upcoming topics. And if you have any questions that come up to you after this session, please share those questions with me, and I'll be happy to direct them via email. And I believe that Mr. Mafique will be happy to provide your answers, right, whenever it's convenient to you. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck with your operations in Uganda and in the whole Africa. And this is something like this is the business that has a very good a social attribute of it, and this is really admiring that it really kind of touches the households of so many people and kind of creates opportunities. So and I'm sure that this type of business is going to only last and grow. So thanks again, and hats off to you to be being on top of this business in your region. And to your whole organization as well. So thank you, and have a good evening. See you.
Thank you so much. My apologies that initially we had a misunderstanding about my name for connecting the webinar, and I want to express my same opinion that it is not the last webinar. We will continue. We can continue whatever question comes. Please note anytime, any moment you can ask me any kinds of question. If I could not answer that question, I will try to get from my senior person to support you. I'm ready always to support you for making you happy with my answer. So thank you so much for listening me, and have a good day.
Thank you. It was great talking to you. Goodbye now.
Bye. Bye.